Shane, back here with you on SportsCenter. And look, the Joker's resume was already impressive, climbing from being drafted 41st overall, and during a commercial, I might add, to a 5-time All-Star, 2-time MVP, and now a champion. And let's just throw Finals MVP on there as a bonus bullet point. Nikola Jokic has spent almost a decade in the NBA, and while his accomplishments are starting to add up, being a first-time champ has to be at the top of the mountain because he is no longer on this list. Here's a look at notable players that are still looking for their first NBA title. That would be James Harden, Devin Booker, Jason Tatum, the only players on this list that have even made the NBA Finals. So Tony and Mike have more on tonight's BTI bonus topic. BTI.
All right, Wilbon, with Jokic's title, which NBA player is now under the most pressure to win a championship?
Tony, I like this question. And there are a few players I'm going to mention. And they're players who are entering their primes, maybe not there yet, not really there, but great players, like Luka Doncic, okay, who's been on the short list for MVP. We don't know what's going to happen with John Morant's career, but great player. Devin Booker, great player, been to the finals, hasn't won. And then there are older guys who've been close, conference finals or finals twice. Jimmy Butler, Dame Lillard, conference finals once. There's guys, Tony, for whom the train seems to have left the station, although they're going to the Hall of Fame on the first battle. Harden, Westbrook, Chris Paul, Hall of Fame, no argument. And then there's Joel Embiid, who's got an MVP now and hadn't been to the conference finals. And to me, the number one guy on this list, the number one guy is Jason Tatum. Been to the finals. You know, Jimmy Butler's been twice as many times, but Jason Tatum is the number one guy on the clock to me.
Yeah, so this is an interesting question because it's sort of like who's the best golfer to never win a major.
Right.
And it depends on how old they are and what they've done and this, that, and the other thing. And you named 100 people, and I'm with you on all of those names. I would have thrown Paul George in there too because he's had a lot of publicity over a lot of years.
Fair, good name.
So I would have thrown him in. So my feeling is, first of all, that Jokic would not have been on that list because Denver had never gone anywhere. You know, they'd never gotten anywhere.
Yet. Right.
So to me, there are three people that stand out. You have, of course, named them all. They stand out. Joel Embiid, to justify this MVP, you know, that as we know, you and I go back and forth, I would not have voted for him. Doncic, because he's the best all-around player in basketball, and he seems this year, with Kyrie Irving there, to have regressed a little bit, and that's a bad sign. And Jason Tatum, because he's on a championship-quality team, and he has been to the finals and lost in the finals, then lost this year to Miami. So those are the three that stick out for me as the ones with the most pressure on them.
And Tony, of those guys, the one that enters on a team that's going to be expected most of is probably, again, Tatum, although Booker and Kevin Durant start out a season. We don't know who else is going to be on that roster. But those two guys are going to be in the spotlight. That's it. We're done. Back to you.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.